Huzzah! I got them all, baby. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Extra Credits, the once a week show. We're talking about uh, video games, and nothing but video games, and sometimes video game butts. I swear that will be an actual topic one day. I do not know when. Joining me on this crusade to talk about all the game asses, we have Cassie the Gravedigger.
Hello, everybody. It's Cash the Gravedigger. We're going to talk about one of the best generations of gaming ever made.
Yes. But first off, we have Hooded Raven is late by a minute. How dare you, sir? That is way too long to be late. I don't care. It's glad to hear you. He's like, inner peace has been achieved. Yes, it has
Yeah,
been.
yeah, it has. It was nice seeing all those.
Yeah, it's like so we're covering all four of them. But first off, Caster, what you been playing, playa?
What have I been playing? Been playing some Marvel Rivals. Been playing some Ritual of the Night. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, been getting back into Master Duels. Trying to beat those
Cheater,
dumb
cheater.
decks.
Explain to the audience what you have been doing, you bad person.
I've been being coached by AI. Well, they're not telling me what plays. They're just giving me advice on what I should do.
Advice.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
but
at least you're not using a cheat engine you shoved up your butt for chess.
well, no, like
That actually happened, by the way.
Oh, did it? Wow.
It's speculated. There's like a cheating scandal where one of the persons like suggested that. It's not confirmed, but it's just like a thing.
Oh
Chess
wow.
is weird.
But no, like I've been using it to like help me build decks. Like I give it a deck list, and it's like give me its opinion on it. Oh yeah. Hey, if Yugi and Yami Yugi can do it, by God, I can do it too. Anywho, so what we got? What we got going on in the world?
All right, so yeah, let's head in some headlines.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, Casus Paria.
All right, welcome to Headline Hysteria, where we talk about all the things that are important, just not important enough for a full episode. Hooded Raven says, I can't play Master Duels. They have my...
Your herpes? I don't know the herpes archetype.
All right.
I played harpies, but I've never played herpes.
So we got two headlines and then some promo. We're going to do the lighter headlines first because the second one is we're going to be doing for a while. So, all right, we got Nathan Brown says, hi. Oh, my God, I made it. Yes, you did, sir. Pretty early on the stream, too. So, yes, awesome. All right, so they finally announced the actors who are going to be playing Link and Zelda. And, yeah, good casting. They look the part. Oh, I do, Hooded Raven. I very much do. Actually don't, but Yeah, and it made all the best people mad, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah. A lot of people got mad for no reason.
I mean, wasn't it proven like that Hunter Schafer stuff was a PR firm trying to push it?
Yeah. But yeah, I think they're fine, and until we actually see them like in makeup and costume, I'm not going to say anything. I mean, hell. But is this going to be
looking
like
at their faces? Like she looks like she can be Princess Zelda, and I could buy this guy as Link.
Yeah, but like here's the thing: is he going to be talking throughout the movie, or is he going to be just like hi?
You know that there's going to be a fan cut of this movie, even if he does talk, where he just says hi. Like there's just going to be a fan cut where the entire movie he's just saying that, and I will be watching that fan cut.
Or is he gonna be like the Link from like the old cartoon show where he's like, excuse me, princess?
Okay, I really hope that they put that in there at least once.
Oh Jesus Christ, I hope they do it too. That'd be so fucking funny.
Like just imagine he says that just he says that once, and just, oh god, imagine like the entire, like, so many people in the theater just groan because like the adults know what it is.
Oh man, like, oh man, I'm so hungry I can eat a whole Octorok.
Oh my god. What about a kiss?
Yeah.
Also, I guarantee you there will be a hey listen somewhere in there.
Oh my god.
Hey, listen.
But yeah.
Oh my god, that was so well timed. That was so well timed. All right, so I think Chris had Caster had to mute himself because it was really, really well timed. My harpy lady deck had to Google spelling. You had to Google spelling. It'll be the new chicken jockey. Yeah, possibly. By the way, that was really well timed.
What?
The hey listen and then the hey something something.
Oh.
So yeah, not too shabby, and so yeah, and then so let's go on to the next one. I don't know if you guys saw this. Let me pull up the tweet. So the file size for Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Yeah, this is bullshit. So it's a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, right?
Yes.
Wait, 3 gets so many remakes.
I mean, they're the only thing that really sell nowadays.
I know, but like it's where the 3 gets all these remakes, has all these different special editions.
Yeah, so here I got it is. So yeah, like 100 gigabytes of space for a frickin' PS2 game. Like, I don't care how high resolution it is. There's no reason for a game like this to be 100 gigabytes.
No, it doesn't. And that is absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane.
Like, yeah.
And didn't you say like we're downloading stuff that we don't even need?
Yeah, so the common excuse for like these file sizes is textures. Like 4K textures, lots of video, videos being rendered at 4K and whatnot. And here's the problem with that. Remember this thing called compression? Remember this thing called, they're uploading uncompressed textures, uncompressed video, and we're supposed to just take it. Here, let me throw some numbers at you. So I did some research, all right? When it does, that's a whole nother argument, Hooded Raven. But take a look at this. Here's a Steam hardware survey of monitor resolutions. Okay, let me just kind of get these comments real quick. Yeah, when it has microtransactions, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, I agree. I've heard that argument myself. I don't know, maybe. But here's common monitor resolution. Now, granted, this is just PC, but I think this is a good kind of thing. So you see this like big pink area? That is 1920 by 1080, essentially 1080p. Okay. And then this solid orange area is 1440p, essentially. So most people are playing in 1080p. Okay. Now, granted, this is PC people. But I think you can extrapolate this to console as well. While 4K TVs are getting more popular, I think a lot of people are still have 4K televisions. And when it comes to the PC people, I think your average computer user is either using a 1080p or 1440p monitor. So yeah, so many people are being forced to download hundreds of gigabytes of data that they literally can't use.
Yeah, and I think what would be great is if they just give you that option where it's like if you do have a 4K TV or a 4K monitor, you can download that. But if you don't, you can download it, a smaller, thing. Or hell, even if you don't want it in 4K, you can just download it in 1080p. That would be great.
Like literally, Fallout 4, on PC, it's like 70 freaking gigabytes. But if you uncheck the high-res textures, which are shit anyway, it literally goes down to 40 gigabytes.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. That's almost double just for graphics.
And apparently, I was reading on Reddit, those textures are not that good anyway. So it's like uncompressed audio, it's like. And here's the thing, like, it used to be that, like, when we had hard drives on computers, we were rocking terabytes. But now that we have SSDs, now we're going back to, like, people having, like, 512, 1 terabyte of SSD space. Like, literally, this laptop that I'm doing the stream on has 512 of SSD, and these games are starting to require to be on the SSD. You can't just, like, shove it onto your hard drive and like, oh, I'll deal with the load times or whatever. No, they require it to be on there.
Yeah. Absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, that's the gaming industry screwing its customers over yet again.
Yeah, like these games these games are unoptimized messes. Like, remember, like, before, like, up until about 5 or so, like, I even say like 4 or so years ago, most people were fine with like a 1080 Ti, 1066 Ti or whatever, but then all of a sudden it's like it jumped 2 generations where, like, you had to have at least a 30 series card to play some of these games. Now some of these games are requiring like a 40 or 50. And I get time goes, but, like, usually you'd be fine for longer periods of time. But now it's just.
Well, see, like, the Xbox does that shit too, where, like, you can get essentially a memory card for extra storage in the back and an expansion port, or which costs like a shit ton of money, like $200 for a terabyte, which is ridiculous. Or you can get a 2 terabyte hard drive, external hard drive, made especially for, I think it's a Seagate one, made especially for Xbox. It's $80 for 2 terabytes. But here's the kicker: you can't play games off of it. You can only use it as a storage device. You have to basically do the whole swap back and forth between it. So if you wanted to play a game that's on your hard drive, you have to transfer it to your system's hard drive to even play it. So I was like, that's kind of stupid. So you can't play directly from that external hard drive. So that's kind of the same thing here, where it's back on X.
And here's my problem with modern gaming: they still, like, every game still looks like a PS4 game. Like Metal Gear Delta, it looks like a PS4 game.
Yeah, I think we've reached kind of peak of what we can do with graphics. Let's go back to just making good fucking games that are awesome.
What do you, hey Johnny Ortiz, what do you mean? Did I see what? I need some clarification here. Yeah, I agree. It's like they've kind of reached a wall, so they're just kind of throwing more shit on the screen, more particles, more dots.
More camera flare.
Yeah, like more special effects or whatever. I don't know. And then, like, and the other thing is, like, look at Nintendo games. Obviously they're not as high res. Obviously they're not as high res, but, like, even like Donkey Kong Banana Blitz, it's still only 24 gigabytes.
Yeah, and it doesn't look, it looks good, but it doesn't look that much better than a than a Switch game, Switch One game.
Cyberpunk is a 60 to 70 gigabyte game, and that thing still looks top tier.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Witcher 3, even though the game is showing its age in portions, it still looks really good.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of 360 games you can go back to, and they look really, pretty awesome.
Video I sent in Twitter. I'm sorry, I've been doing a stream. I haven't been able to check. Let me. Did you send it to me in a message or did you tag me in it? Just gonna scan.
Oh yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah, I love that game. Unfortunately, I have to maintain my games on my Xbox because I don't have that extra storage. Sucks because I have games that take so much storage. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm the same way. Yeah.
I can only have so many games on my storage before I have to start like, okay, what do I want to like start swapping out now? Playing musical chairs with my titles.
That's literally me. Like, I'm hoping to buy a 2 terabyte NVMe stick for Cyber Monday this year, and that's going to help out my PC a lot. And that's probably going to cost me like $150. Like $150 for a 2 terabyte NVMe stick. That's pretty reasonable in my opinion. I've seen them go for as low as like 80 to 100 or whatnot. But yeah, it's gonna be good. Oh gosh, but yeah. Johnny, if you could send me the video in a DM on Twitter, I'll take it off. So yeah, like I just do like, and the thing is, there's so many games that come out that I just don't really care about. Like I'm more excited for like a game collection of something. Like Dragon Quest III. That was a really well done really done remake. I'll probably play Dragon Quest.
Yeah, it looked gorgeous.
I was
absolutely gorgeous.
It really does. Or Star Ocean's second story R or whatever. That looked amazing.
Yeah.
Or collections of games like the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. I might pick that up. Mega Man Legacy Collection. Like a lot of those are really cool. But like I don't know. And like I might be interested in Delta, but like it's 100 gigabytes, and I'm like, do I really
I've got the Metal Gear Solid collection, so I'm good. Plus,
that's probably what I'm gonna do. That's probably what I'm gonna do is just buy the Metal Gear Solid collection next time I see it on sale.
Or if you have a PS2, you can just play the original.
Or if I have a working emulator, I can emulate the versions.
I was just trying to segue into the topic here.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Mortal Kombat collection, yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. But I don't know. I just really don't like where gaming is going.
No, we don't.
Weird how remasters. Well, it's because a lot of games are crap, and a lot of really the only modern game I'm excited for is GTA 6. Like I'm so excited for it. I might buy an Xbox Series S just to play it.
That's what everybody's. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll pay $80 for GTA 6 because it's. I'm not paying $100 for GTA 6, but I'll probably do 80 if I have to. But yeah, just so many games I'm just not interested in. Like I'm hoping, Gen 10 of Pokemon. I'm waiting for Nintendo to drop games that makes me want to buy a Switch 2. They haven't already. There was I've heard some speculation that they might be dropping a Golden Sun 1 and 2 remaster. Yes, I will buy a Switch 2 if they do that. And if Pokemon Gen 2 gets announced, Gen 10, and it's looks good, that might get me. But it's just Nintendo's got to drop games I'm interested in, and so far they haven't. Banana Blitz looks fun for the people who like that sort of stuff, but it's not a make me go out and get it kind of thing. And the rest of Nintendo stuff is games that I've already played before, but
yeah, it's rehashes. That's what it is.
Yeah, so Pokemon Gen 10 or a Golden Sun thing or just anything really. But I will say that, Nintendo could release a game that could want me to get a Switch 2. Metroid Dread is cool, but I have a Switch Lite. I can just get that version,
Yeah.
I will say this though. if I do get a Switch 2, I'm basically treating it as a digital console, which means I'm going to get a Switch 2 and I'm going to get a 1 terabyte micro SD card, because those cartridge situations is just really stupid, and I don't even want to have to deal with it.
Yeah,
I'll maybe buy Switch 1 games, I'll keep buying Switch 1 games like Lunar Remastered or those kind of things, sure. But, like, I'm just kind of writing off cartridges wholesale.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's another thing, too. Like, if you got a console, and you're doing, the digital, that makes it even worse because now you have to, like, delete it, but it's in your account, and hopefully, they won't do anything shady and have where you can't get it anymore. At least with a physical game, you can just uninstall it and install it later on.
Yeah.
So but there's but you never know. Somebody might be do some shady shit where you can't re-download it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them. If Nintendo's out here breaking systems, I could totally see some douchebag company doing that. Like, oh, you can't delete your game. You have to leave it on your hard drive.
Oh, I guarantee you the Switch 1 will be probably cracked within 5 years. I guarantee you a hack will come out in 5 years or whatnot. Because look at the 3DS. It took a while, but the 3DS got hacked. Like, my thing is, it's like, here's the thing. I waited till, like, for the 3DS, I waited till they closed the eShop to hack my 3DS. Because at that point, who cares if they banned me? The shop's closed. I can't, what are they going to ban me from? Nothing? You know what I'm saying? And, like, there will come a time where they close down the Switch 1 eShop. And at that point, who cares if they ban that console? Who cares? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're banning them. I think they're bricking them, aren't they?
I'm pretty sure hackers will come up with a way to unbrick it. Because, like, I don't know. There's nothing worse than a pissed off hacker.
Yeah, I imagine somebody at Nintendo is going to go rogue and just teach you how to unhack it.
I would not be surprised, actually. All right, so before we go to the main topic, I gotta do some shilling. So, yep, if you have yet to sign up for Screecher number 4 on Kickstarter, here is the link. We're at 34. At 50 signups, I will show the first completed page of Screecher. We're starting to get into the colors, and I've been getting some really good pages from Forrester, like Caster. I've been showing them in the group chat. What do you think?
Oh, they look gorgeous.
Yeah,
they look gorgeous to where, like, you don't even need to have them colored. I think, like, they like you could have them just as a black and white comic, and it would still look great. But the colored ones, it's like chef's kiss on top of that.
Yeah, next level.
Next level, yeah. But I'm just saying that's how good they are now. Where I'm just like, wow, these are gorgeous.
Definitely. So, all right, let's get to the main topic. Yep, I've seen Kig. Yeah, that's happened. So, 6th generation of the consoles. We got Dreamcast, PS2, Xbox, and GameCube. Let's just go around and say which one was our favorite, and chat, you let us know your favorite as well. I'm going to start and say mine is a Dreamcast. What is yours?
No, not really. Who would have thought? Who would have thought his would know? I would say out of them, probably the PS2, just because I had one, and it's such a massive, such a massive juggernaut of that time. Highest selling console of all time.
I do love how Nintendo was getting close with the Switch 1 to, like, on dethroning the PS2, and so it's like, actually the PS2 sold this amount, not this amount. Like, they haven't updated the sales figures in like 15 years. But as soon as the Switch was starting to knock on their door, like, actually it sold like 10 million copies. It's like that. It's like that kid. It's like, no, I can lift infinity times 3.
Yeah, the PlayStation is my favorite system. Yeah, The PlayStation 1 is
Nice.
the first PlayStation is my favorite system of all time. But yeah, the PS2
I don't know
is
what generation is what. I stopped at PS2. Yeah, that's the generation we're talking about, the PS2 generation. Yeah, the
yeah.
PlayStation 1 is my favorite console of all time. That is my Shangri-La right there.
Yeah,
Is the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I'd say that is my favorite one of all time. As much as I love other consoles, that's my absolute favorite that I never get tired of.
Well,
But the PS2 was such a great natural progression to it, and then it had backwards compatibility, so you can go and continue to play all your wonderful games.
yeah, and then obviously the DVD player. That's kind of what carried it for the
Oh,
whatever
yeah, definitely.
Whatever console caster chooses, he's a simp for it.
Hey, damn right. You're damn right I am.
I don't know. Like, the thing is, like, I really feel like the next generation was like the last generation where each console had like its own unique feel. But really, with this generation, each console really had its own like thing and flavor to it. Like each one was rather unique. Like once you get to like the Xbox One, PS4, they start to get a bit interchangeable. But with this generation, they're all very unique, even to the point where even the multiplats are different.
Yeah, and it's crazy that each one of them had their own like to some extent had their own kind of multiplayer. So they all four of them were dipping their toes into the online game a little bit, some more than others. Obviously, I would say, GameCube not so much. They did have some of it.
GameCube barely did it. Like they had a network adapter. They had some games that could go online. They were the least. They did the least.
I would say Xbox was really trying it hard. PlayStation 2 did some.
They tried. Yeah, like I think PlayStation 2 not as much as Xbox, but they definitely made a good effort because remember they had SOCOM, Final Fantasy 11, EverQuest.
Yeah,
they made an honest attempt, I would say. And then Dreamcast also made an honest attempt, but they're kind of hampered by the time. Also, the fact that the broadband adapter didn't come out till late. It was all dial up for a lot of it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of what ifs with the Dreamcast. We're not really going to talk about that today.
Yeah. So very much the Xbox was the one that kind of like really leaned into it, and that was its thing, was multiplayer gaming. Mm-hmm. In addition to its pretty solid library for a brand new console. For a brand new company coming out with a console.
The thing people seem to forget is Xbox Live didn't actually come out until like a year and a half after the launch.
Oh yeah. But I'm just saying, like, they had a pretty solid games on there. They had like Psychonauts and Splinter Cell and things like that. It was really good, and of course Halo, obviously, and some decent ports of games. But we got to talk about that. And but yeah, each one of you got kind of dipped their toes a little bit into it. It was this is where we were starting to get into online gaming, easing the public into it, I guess you could say.
Well, what's funny is, like online gaming goes back a lot farther than people realize. Like there was a Game Pass service for the Atari 2600.
Yeah. There was. Basically, consoles have been able to hook up to the internet for a long time. Yeah, I mean, there was like the Sega channel and
modem.
And the Famicom had something.
Yeah, Famicom had something like. Also, the Saturn had online play.
Yep,
the console.
Yep.
And that's not even talking about like PC, because like PCs in the 90s actually had a pretty robust online experience.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna talk about all video game
remember when G4 was cool? Oh God. Oh, I used to watch G4 all the time. That was cool. But this is
but G4 before they merged with Tech TV was amazing.
Oh God! God! I love Tech TV. Tech TV was the shit.
Here's the thing. Tech TV was. I agree. I love Tech TV. Tech TV was good.
Screensavers was amazing, and when it became Attack of the Show, it got cringe as fuck.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, I love Tech TV and I love G4. But when it came to G4 Tech TV, it ruined it.
Well, all it was G4 just kind of took over all the Tech TV stuff. It's like they turned the screensavers into Attack of the Show, and that's it. It was just kind of mostly a takeover, really.
I was saying, well, it was mostly just like, hey, let's
X Play, X Play.
Yeah, it was like Attack of the Show and X Play all day long.
Look, the only reason I love G4 was because the Man Show was late. Now I was hoping for some boobs. Oh god,
well, that was like late. That was late when it was really just dying, and they started playing.
Remember for like the longest time, G4 was the Star Trek Next Generation channel.
Yeah, they played Star Trek, and then they played like Cops, episodes of Cops and stuff, and then they had like that. What was it, the American Ninja or something? Yeah, you can tell it was going really downhill. But I remember when they had like FMV theater and things like that, and High Score, and just these really niche theater. Little shows.
Like Icons was great, and then you had Filter, which was doing the top 10 thing.
Yep. I remember that. Yep.
And I love. I'm looking up videos of it right now. I kind of liked Filter because like the girl would sometimes like cosplay.
What was the show with? What's his name? The music composer guy. What was his name?
Electronic Playground.
Like on Playground. Yeah, they got kicked off because they were like, oh, we can't have two gaming review shows. So we already got X Play. So we're gonna get rid of you guys.
Like, here's what's crazy about X Play. Okay, like Morgan Webb was the gamer. Like, if you just watch the show, she's the one who obviously had the passion for gaming. Adam Sessler was the one who wasn't the gamer. Like, he was the one. Like, I remember like they did a review of a Togi. Half the review was him making really bad toilet humor jokes. All right, who a togied? Adam Sessler, like all of his reviews, he couldn't care less. Morgan Webb was legit.
Oh yeah, and come to find out, with the revival of G4, that he's a huge bitch. Like I really like lost respect for him.
And I have respect for Morgan Webb because she's kind of like doesn't really like she kind of just like gracefully went off in the sunset. She doesn't really do anything. A private life, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Like I remember like watching E3 coverage. And like she'd be the one there, and she'd be asking like good questions. Like you could tell she knew her shit. She cared.
Yeah. And
we got a Happy Dino in the chat.
There we go.
Happy day to you, Happy Dino. Always good to have him here.
But yeah, it was such a fun time. We had such great games. We had such legendary great games. Like for instance, the GameCube was actually more powerful than the PlayStation when it comes to processing power.
Very much so. Like it was probably oh gosh. Like it was Xbox, and then it was like Xbox, GameCube, PS2, and then the Dreamcast. And the thing about the Dreamcast was like graphically it was a lot more powerful than the PS2. The CPU was lesser and it had less RAM. Like honestly, just if you just would okay. I'm not trying to make this about how the Dreamcast could have won. I'm not going to that.
Yeah,
not doing that.
We already discussed that.
It's like, oh gosh, like if I had like a girlfriend or a wife that like slightly off stream, I tell her every time I do that, just bonk me. So like you do that, you just see a hand come down. But
no, I imagine you got the whiteboard just ready to flip over with all this shit that you've covered. Just like, all right, here we're gonna go over it. And start pointing at different shit on the whiteboard.
Oh gosh, when I get like my streaming room, I am actually gonna have like the whiteboard under covers, and just at any moment I run to the whiteboard and just like.
It's like, all right, I'm gonna explain about how it could win and just start, just writing on there.
Still stopping by for a bit. All right, what games are you going to play, Happy Dino? Let us know. GameCube was fun. Yeah, there's a reason why the GameCube games are expensive right now. Like, because it had a lot of really good games.
Yeah, it had a powerhouse of really great games. A lot of first person games too. Um,
plus,
and
plus it was kind of during an era where I swear Nintendo does their best work when they're behind, because then they get off their lazy asses and they create some of their best work ever, like Wii U, GameCube, and a little bit of beginning of the Switch. Oh, Shadow Labyrinth, is that Pac-Man game? How is it? I've heard it was pretty good. I might have to try that game out.
oh yeah, that one that really edgy Pac-Man game. Yeah, that actually looks fun. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it
I'm
looks
not
like
gonna
kind of like a Metroidvania kind of thing. I gotta say, I might be wrong about it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The two Pokemon games, Zelda collection.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that Zelda collection. I was doing a lot of game trading in like the late 2000s, early 2010s. And it's like that thing got passed around more than Amber Heard.
Oh yeah, that thing is amazing. Yeah, and you had
because
the 20.
Whenever I did game trades with people, the first thing they'd offer me was the Zelda collection. It's like a currency. You can get a currency among game traders.
Yeah, that thing was amazing. I remember buying the. I bought my GameCube just to play Resident Evil 4 because when that came out, that was going to be like only exclusive. And I was like, you know what? I seen the commercials for it. I watched some gameplay. I was like, I'm getting a GameCube. So I went and got a GameCube. And luckily, when I did, it was the Zelda collection one. So I lucked out on that one. Yeah, it's that was such a amazing little amazing little nugget of joy. And the thing was, it makes me sad that they don't really do that anymore with a lot of consoles where you get a good pack-in game.
Yeah, it's kind of a lost art. Like Switch 2 trying to be like, oh, you got to pay $8 for the Switch 2 welcome experience. It was really stupid.
Or they'll do, or you will get a pack-in game, but it's a ridiculously expensive special edition. Oh yeah, you'll get you want Animal Crossing with this game, with the system, but it's with the Animal Crossing, Switch edition kind of stupid shit. Yeah, it'd be really cool if it included maybe Mario Odyssey in all the Switch. When you buy a Switch or a Switch Lite or something.
I remember something they were doing during the 3DS generation where you got a Mario Kart bundle. And Mario Kart would already be installed on the 3DS in the actual console.
Oh yeah, that's what happened with the Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds edition. Yeah, the game was already on the console.
Oh gosh, I wish they'd do that more. A lot of times they just give you a download code or something. I remember when I bought the Link Between Worlds 3DS. By the way, that 3DS is freaking beautiful, and I miss it. I have the Pokemon new 3DS one when they released Red and Blue. It's cool, and I know it's actually kind of valuable. On eBay goes for $400. 3DSs have gotten. Okay, a side tangent. 3DSs have gotten really freaking expensive.
I've been telling it. I've been screaming from the rooftops for the entire Switch era. I said, guys, you need to go get your 3DS games because they're going to get stupidly expensive because DS games are getting stupidly expensive. I've been screaming that from the rooftops. A man in the desert screaming alone. Out in the desert screaming alone.
All right, here's my 3DS. This is actually I guess this is actually rare. This one, I bought this brand new. I'm not selling it, by the way, because this is my 3DS and it's modded, but these go for $400 on eBay, and I guess these are a bit hard to find. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not selling this because 3DSs are really expensive, and by the way, going back to play the 3DS, the UI on this is freaking amazing. It feels so good. What the frick happened to Nintendo with their UI design? Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Hooded Raven, what are you talking about? Did Caster ever get his game from the mail people?
I think Switch games eventually will get expensive. I don't think they'll ever get like dirt cheap. I don't think that will ever happen. But there will be a point where some like your average Switch game will get expensive.
Off in the future, because like I said, I've been
it's
telling 100%
people especially once they turn off the Switch One eShop, to where you can't buy a lot of these games, then they're gonna skyrocket.
Well, you have to remember, every console you have now is going to be retro at one point, right? And
so, since I already have my handheld box out, I want to show off my PSP because
okay, cool, awesome. I never had one. I really wish I would have got into it when they were around.
Well, the funny thing is, PSPs are actually pretty reasonable still. I think they're like $60-$70. I think the reason for that is most people who want a PSP just end up getting a Vita. Vitas are like $200. I can't like $200 for a Vita. I don't know. It's like I never really got into the Vita. I freaking love the PSP. Like I love the PSP. You know, I've had this one for like forever. You know, but I never really got into the PSP. So it's the Vita. So I can't really justify spending like $200 on it. Other things.
But what I've told people is like when the Switch came out, you know, when the Switch came out, I told everybody, I said, go get your 3DS games right now. Go ahead and start getting them. Get any game that you kind of wanted that you never got or whatever. Go to the GameStop, go to the secondhand places, go online, get them while they're cheap. They're $20, $10, $15. Go get them now, because when the Switch is done, and we are on another system, which is now the Switch 2, those games are going to be expensive. Because when I said this, DS games are starting to get ridiculously expensive. Like, you know, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Chrono Trigger.
I mean, Heart Gold and Soul Silver were always crazy. Like, I remember they were
always crazy.
They were $100 back in like 2014. Like, I remember buying it off my game store for $100.
Oh yeah, exactly. I know exactly, but like now they're like, you know, $300-$400, almost $500 some places. It's ridiculous, you know. So I was like, I told people like, you need to get this stuff because like those games are getting expensive. Chrono Trigger is like $100. I was like, you get this stuff now because the DS stuff is starting to escalate, and now we're seeing the 3DS stuff get up there in price because again, people are going back and saying, well, I'd really like to play these 3DS games. Well,
what really sucks is, so obviously during COVID, video game prices shot through. They've gone down a little bit, but they haven't really gone down to pre. I mean, they probably never will. But like, for example, all right, here's Pokemon Conquest. All right, this is a game that you can only get on DS, and it's a really good game. $90 complete, $50 loose. You know. Give me a 3DS game that's probably expensive.
Oh my god, I don't know what would be. Trying to think what would be expensive. Let me look up. I don't think I own any really expensive 3DS games myself.
All right, let me just actually you can actually sort by system here, so I'm going to do that. Nintendo, let's see here. Nintendo 3DS, all right? Let's see here. All right, so here, oh God, look at that. Look at number 2. Look at freaking number 2. Like, dude.
What is it? I can't read it.
It's literally fucking this. It's my 3DS. I was telling you. It's like this is almost $500, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, no, it's the Pokemon 3DS 20th anniversary. It's fucking this.
Yeah.
You know, sorry, let me just it's this, guys. This is almost $500. Holy crap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
And then oh gosh.
I mean, you know, like Pokemon Platinum is like almost $200, and that is ridiculous. I remember when it was near. I remember it was like when people were asking $50 for it. I thought that was expensive.
Oh my god! Like, oh yeah. See, the other problem is Nintendo. The 3DS got a lot of really cool console variants, like that Majora's Mask, the Highland Shield, the Super Nintendo one, the Pikachu one. Oh my god! I remember when that was like really expensive. They got some really, really good console variants. Oh, the Zelda 3DS one. That was actually my first 3DS. But yeah, there was a lot of really, really cool console variants. Like, they went nuts. I'm trying to like scroll down. Like Rhythm Thief, 119. Professor Layton in Phoenix Wright. Yeah, Tamagotchi Life.
But but getting back to the topic here, I do you remember when you got your first 6th generation console?
Here's the thing, and here's something I need to explain. I actually don't have as much attachment to the 6th generation as a lot of other people, because when I was a kid, I had a PlayStation, and I loved the PlayStation. But going into this, see, my dad's a real big asshole, okay? And around this time, he banned me from playing video games, all right? So I never had a PS2 or whatever. I didn't get a PS2 until 2011.
Yikes.
Yeah. So I pretty much like skipped over the 6th and 7th console generations. I had a PS2. I had a PSP. I literally had to sneak this into the house. Not this exact PSP. I had another one. But yeah. And so like during that time, like the 2000s, I was like emulation and PC. It wasn't until I got kicked out of my dad kicked me out of the house. I mean, this is a long story. And I moved in with someone else. And the person I was staying with, he got his his veterans benefits, and he wanted to treat me. So he gave me $100 to go get a video game console. He gave it to me specifically to go get a video game console. He wanted to treat me, kind of thing. Because oh, you had a hard kind of few months. Here, this is for you. He wanted to be nice to me. So I went to my local game store, bought a PS2 and a couple different video games. I still have that PS2, by the way. But yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I only have a certain anger about it, but it only comes out. But whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Just for anyone who reads my book, and there's like, why is he dedicating it to like this Harold person? Whatever. That now you'll kind of get an inkling why. But enough about past trauma. So yeah, I don't really have too much of a connection. A lot of this stuff I had to go back and play later. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like the second and third. Like, I didn't get a PS3 until like 2017, 2016. It's literally over there, by the way. Like, I still have that PS3. But yeah, a lot of this, and then I got a 3DS around that time. So like, I have nostalgia for the 3DS. Obviously PSP. But yeah, that's kind of where I am. I've been a PC gamer most of my time.
Yeah. Well, for me, like, I remember when I got my PlayStation, I had went ahead and put it into layaway. If anybody remembers that, put it into layaway at Meijer, and I remember one day someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, they did a price drop, right?" And I was like, "What? They did what?" It was like the first major price drop of the PlayStation 2. So I looked at the price drop and I was like, "Holy shit! I can get it out today." So I went over there and I was like, "Yeah, I need you to adjust the price on it." And they were like, "Okay." And they actually owed me like $7. So I was like, "That's actually pretty dope."
Oh,
so
a PS2 and lunch.
Pretty much, yeah. So I didn't have any games for it. I just had the because they didn't have any packing games for it, which was stupid. So because I didn't know I was getting it that day. I just knew that like someone came up to me and was like, "Oh, they dropped the prices, right?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I went down there and did that. So I went by, and somebody then told me that they were having a sale at here's another one for you, KB Toy Stores. Anybody remember that place? They were having a sale at KB Toy Stores in the mall, and so I went down to the local mall, and I was looking through the games and everything, and I picked out Metal Gear Solid 2. That was my first PlayStation 2 game, and I still have it on the shelf looking at it right now. Had that game, went home, played the absolute shit out of it. Of course, I bought a memory card too. You had to have that. But yeah, played the absolute shit out of it. And what was so great was, it was also my first DVD player, for a lot of people.
I do have one PS2 game that I have some memories for. Sorry. Which is this one right here. This is Castlevania Lament of Innocence. Okay.
Oh yeah. Good game.
This was given to me by a very good friend of mine. So like I said, I got like kicked out and I moved out, place. My friend gave this to me before I left town. This is like a parting gift because like I didn't know if I'd ever see the guy again. He literally lives above me right now, and I bug him all the time. So happy endings, everybody. But he gave this to me before he left. And I'm never going to sell it because this was a parting gift from him, kind of thing. And I still remember the hug. Like, it's weird because, like, I still remember the hug. It was kind of like one of those, like, final hugs, like, I love you, brother, kind of things. But yeah, I'm never going to sell this game because, it's like, remember, Caster, we were on the stream last night, we were talking about, like, memories and, like, things, like, the things attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one in particular. And
yeah, exactly.
Also, this is a pretty darn good game. I'm just gonna say it.
It's definitely a damn good game. Yeah, I think I've played it before.
So if we're talking 6th generation, I think it's also fair we talk about the portable of this generation, the Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Advance, in my opinion, qualifies as 6th generation.
Oh, it is 6th generation. Yeah, it definitely is.
And that one I can actually speak about because I had a Game Boy Advance during this time. I had the horizontal one, so it didn't have a backlight, but like, oh my gosh! So, like, I had a Game Boy, I had a Game Boy Color, and then I got this one, and oh my gosh, it's like, it was like people don't realize just how big of a jump it was from like Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance. I mean, it was like NES to Super Nintendo, but like games, the quality jumped so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was like somewhere between like it was like having a Super Nintendo in your hand, but just a little bit more like powerful.
Yeah, like
the games looked a little bit more,
a little colorful. Yeah. Like they were a lot more colorful. All of them looked like, if you ever look at like Super Nintendo games, like Japanese exclusive Super Nintendo games for like 95, 96, like Legend of Mana 2, like they look beautiful. Like they're like a oh my god, it is amazing. Almost all the games on the Game Boy Advance looked like that. Like the gameplay was amazing. Obviously, you got like Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby Sapphire, Mega Man Battle Network, Golden Sun.
Golden Sun.
That's where my love affair Golden Sun came from. Also, the Castlevania games. I don't like Curse of the Moon. I had Harmony of Dissonance, and Aria of Sorrow is legit. Probably one of the best Castlevania games of all time.
Yep, and we also had Sapphire and Ruby, and then and Emerald. And Emerald would go on to be one of the most impossible games to freaking get because those were always super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Even back in the day before the whole retro rush of like the past decade. It was always expensive.
Can I make you mad? There was a time where I bought Pokemon Platinum Complete in Box for $10 from somebody.
I imagine so. I imagine
and by the way, also one time I purchased Castlevania Bloodlines Complete for $15 from somebody in the 2010s.
Exactly. It's before everything got like super crazy. But
Oh,
yeah,
like 2010s is when it really started to get crazy. That was a retro collector boom. Was the 2010s?
yeah.
But
But
that's a whole nother conversation.
yeah, it's a whole other conversation. I had a GBA. It was awesome. I never, unfortunately, I never owned a GBA. Not until much
You missed
later.
out.
I did. I really did. Not until much later. Like actually more recently, in the past, like 5 6 years. That's when I've had the Game Boy
Yeah.
Advance and been
See, I
actually,
never had an SP as a kid, but like I later got one, and oh my god, the SP is like freaking amazing. Like imagine you're a kid, 14-year-old kid. You're used to batteries. You're used to having to look at lights, and you have a Game Boy Advance, which can still play the Game Boy games. I have like this memory seared into my head where it's 2004, and I see a bunch of kids walking by. They got their SPs, and they got a Pokemon Yellow cartridge sticking out of it.
yeah. And what's crazy was like you remember the Game Boy Micro.
Oh god, that's such a waste. It looks beautiful. I've seen them in person. I would never own one.
Yeah. I have one, but like
Oh, we have Nick Gamer. Hello, how you doing?
hey, what's going on, buddy? I own one, but it's just for display collectors purposes. I don't actually play on it. It's this, to me the screen is way too small for me to look at. But I'd rather play on an actual Game Boy Advance, or for me, because I have it, I have the Game Boy Player attachment, which was really awesome for the GameCube at that time.
Oh, we need to talk about that. And that was one of those things that was always expensive. Like I remember in the 2010s, because I was a big retro collector in the 2010s. I remember buying it because by the way, it's a disc that was always expensive, which is weird now because if you mod a GameCube, the disc is useless. Because
you can always put
the homebrew is actually better.
Yeah, I was like, you could actually have like the boot up disc like modded into it nowadays. Yeah.
I bought it for $50, and even back but they were those things are really nice. I remember I had a GameCube back then, and that was so much fun to like play your Game Boy games on like the big screen.
On the big screen, yeah, and and to me, I've sang the Kirby's praises for years now. But what's cool is like when you have a Kirby on the back of your GameCube, when you play your Game Boy games, your Game Boy Color games, your Game Boy Advance games on the Game Boy Player, and you play it using the digital port, those games look amazing on your TV as well. So it's cool that you could play your games on it. Now, Nintendo always liked to complicate shit for some reason. So remember when you wanted to play a game and connect to people with your GBA, and you'd have to have like 4 people with a connector thing that connected into the GameCube, and you connect all that was ridiculous. Like
I need to show off a little bit right now. This was my gaming setup in 2014.
Okay, looks like everybody's gaming setup.
Okay, so there's the PS2, there is the Xbox. Which, by the way, the Xbox is modded. I still have these. Got my GameCube, got the Game Boy player right there.
Awesome.
Super Nintendo, N64. I think that was my router, and then they got the Master System kind of peeking down there.
Oh yeah.
And this was my gaming shelf. I called this a wall of awesome. Oh gosh, I had so much shit back then. I was like so proud of this wall.
Oh yeah, definitely. Nice collection. Yep.
Yeah. You can see that's it's blurry shit, but that's Soul Silver right there. Let's see here. I think that's the Bravely Default Collector's Edition. Oh, I was so pissed. I ordered it from Amazon and it got broken or whatever. Like it got crushed. There's some PC games. Kamen Rider shit right there. Oh gosh, where is I wonder what happened to that? It's like I do not know what happened. Like some of the stuff I don't know where. Like Oh gosh, I might have sold it, but yeah, this was I was very proud of this. Let's see here. Oh, and also proof that I once owned the one of the most valuable games of all time.
Oh yeah.
Look in despair. I owned a Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Exactly.
And, oh, that was my moped. But yeah, that's the disc, and that was the discs. But yeah, I owned Panzer Dragoon Saga. How cool is that, though?
and you're playing on your retro gaming TV.
That thing was heavy as shit. That thing was heavy as shit, but it looked nice. It was.
I like how people do that now. They're like, back in the day it was like CRTV, $15. Now it's like vintage retro gaming monitor TV, $300.
So
It's like,
I in my storage area outside my apartment, I have a Sony Triniton. It is like an enhanced definition TV from like the early 2000s, like a flat screen thing. It's like a 20 inch. It's not like huge, but it's reasonably large. I have it on like a pallet, so like it's free from the water. I am not getting rid of that thing. It's a Sony Triniton.
yeah.
Like I am not like, and it's one of those things where it's like when I bring it out and it doesn't work, it's worth the money to get it repaired. Paying like $100, $200 to get it refurbished, because like those things, that TV is probably worth like $500, $1,000 right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
So Nathan Brown is like, I gotta go right, and nostalgia's just too strong. Oh, nostalgia's never too strong.
Bye, Nathan. Whatever your name is.
All right, well, y'all come back now. You hear? But gosh, yeah. Like, so the Game Boy variants was freaking amazing. So many good games. I know the speaker on it wasn't that good, but like some of the sound, like they could get some good sounds out of it.
Yeah, and and what was cool is like while all these other systems, like say for instance PlayStation and like the Xbox, they all played on composite. The GameCube actually had component, and famously the Dreamcast could play, VGA.
Here's what's funny though. So the PS2 and the GameCube both kind of benefited from their further systems, because like a lot of people don't realize this, but the GameCube component cables were expensive as hell for a very, very long time. Like
Still
it wasn't
are.
but the people don't realize the PS2 component cables were expensive as hell for a while until the PS3 came out, because the PS3 uses the same connector as the PS1 and 2, and so when those components came out, they were backwards compatible with the PS2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like from my retro days of like knowing like what video ports connect to where. Like for example, the Super Nintendo, the N64, and I believe the GameCube all use the same video adapter.
Yeah, they all use the same plug. Yep, that's why when I modded my NES to have RGB, I had to put a whole new port in the back, and I installed like the same kind of port that those three consoles use. Because when they make upscaling cables for for those three consoles, that way I could use it for that system also as well.
Yeah, and then then kind of like going back a little bit, the Model 2 Genesis power supply basically worked with everything. Like it worked with the Genesis Model 2, of course. It worked with the Sega Nomad, with the Game Gear, I believe the CDX. Like it was the closest you got to like a universal power supply. It was insane. And then also like the barrel plugs. I think so. Like Sony, the barrel plugs worked 1, 2, and 3, because like they had like the half circle and the square, and then I believe Xbox used the circle. Yeah, like Like I remember like going to thrift stores in the 2010s, and you're just like digging through their cable piles, looking through their barrel, like looking at the barrel plugs, trying to like get a stock up. Like I was a stereotypical guy, and like I had my box of like cables and whatnot. I still have it. It's out in the shed. But like, there's no greater feeling of like, hey, we need a certain cable, and then you go to your box and you find it, and like the walk back is like so freaking gratifying, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like a guy thing. Every guy has like a box of cables or whatnot.
Yeah. Well, real quick, I seen a funny video one time where like a guy and his dad are like trying to like fix something on a bed, and the guy's like, well, if I had a piece of wood that was nailed to another piece of wood just like this, I think I could do it. And the dad's like, wait a minute. And he starts running downstairs, running down in the basement, pulls out a crate, starts throwing shit out of the way, and has the exact thing he's talking about, like down there. And he's like, yay, I got it. Like, apparently, because we keep shit. It was like, I knew this was going to be like, it's like that moment when the thing you hoarded for years actually becomes finally useful.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Like that. But, I relate to that so much.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I have like a drawer full of all kinds of like micro USB cables and shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to buy something one day, and it's going to, instead of having USB-C, it's going to have a freaking micro USB for some reason. Or a mini.
Yeah. Or like you're messing around with some old computers, and it's like, oh man, if only I had a PS2 to USB. Oh wait, I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like one of those little converter plugs, which I know I have like one around here somewhere. Or it's like, oh man, if only I had a PS2 keyboard. Oh wait, I do. Oh gosh. But by the way, for those who are watching, we're not talking about the PlayStation 2. We're talking about a Pacific connector type for PCs that predated USB.
Yeah. Now the GameCube actually had a keyboard. Do you know that?
Yes, I do actually. So did the Dreamcast.
Yeah, exactly. That thing is like that thing is a unicorn for like GameCube collectors. Because it's literally a controller, because it has the grips on the side, but it's a keyboard in the middle, like a full functioning keyboard. It's crazy.
I'm looking at pictures.
Yeah. I think a friend of mine actually found one, and I was like, oh my god, you have a unicorn. Yeah, look at that thing.
Also, speaking of like weird GameCube controllers, like the Wavebird.
Oh, Wavebird is amazing. Wavebird, to me, the Wavebird was like a total innovation because it was like one of the first wireless controllers that was actually really good. Like really good. Like I own, that's all I play my GameCube on is a Wavebird. And it kind of really set the stage for the whole wireless controller thing, because a lot of people don't realize this. Yeah, we had to actually sit close to our consoles. We couldn't,
So, you want to know the craziest the 6th generation got? Who's heard of Steel Battalion?
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was a legend.
Yeah. Like
that was $200.
$200, brand new. Like,
but it was a badass. And
God.
It was crazy because it only played one game, which was,
two games technically, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Steel Battalion, and then they made like a Steel Battalion 2 or whatever.
Oh, well.
Yeah, this was like a hyper-realistic mech game. Like, oh gosh. I would pay large amounts of money. Like, if I got like this complete for like $300 or even $1,000, if I had the money, I would pay it.
Oh, I mean, it's got such a cool factor to it that it's one of those things where it's like it's stupidly expensive, but you would if you had this just FU money, don't totally get it because like how cool would it be to actually be, because that thing actually has like it's like an actual like military like controls, like it actually has like little things you flip up and everything, and little glass cases you have to like flip up and then hit the red button. You know, Phoenix, the stupidest thing I've ever done is taking my uncle's aux cable to his surround sound and hooked up my Game Boy Advance headphone jack.
Oh, God.
Oh,
That must have
wow.
sounded so bad.
Oh, wow. Wow. Nathaniel Brown, yes, you said caster. I saw both of those faster. I saw both of those. Caster. Okay. Cool.
So did you know? So they did Steel Battalion Line of Contact. It's multiplayer. You can do multiplayer Steel Battalion.
Yeah. Yeah, that was such a cool like board. And did it have like an actual foot pedal to it?
Yeah. And so like the game was hyper realistic. So you need to like flip a few switches. And then also, if you didn't eject before you died, they would delete your save.
Yeah, so you died for real. Yeah, I saw someone making a movable rig for a starfighter simulator, but if I had the money, I'd so get it. Oh hell yeah!
God, oh like I don't know if you've seen like the Mech Warrior battle pods.
Oh my God, yes, they make like Gundam ones. Yeah,
I've played those. Like, oh gosh, like okay. So if I get like stupid money, I'm creating an arcade in my basement.
Yeah, like I've seen the Gundam ones where like you get in there and it's like you're driving a real Gundam. And the cool thing is you're hooked up to all the other pods, so it's like everyone's running around killing each other.
All right.
Yeah, those things were amazing. Yeah, those things were amazing.
Yeah, so it's like, so these are battle pods that you play Mech Warrior in, and they're multiplayer. Like, here's the insides. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, it's like you're in a cockpit of a mech. Yeah.
There's a Star Wars battle pod. I actually played it recently. Star Wars battle pod. Let's see here. I'm trying to find the version I played. Mine was the one we actually got to go inside. Because it had like this huge ass like you see that?
Yeah.
The screen was so big, it was bigger than your eyes. You literally had to turn your head to see everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. The screen was like wraparound. Yeah. I love Gundam, so yeah, I'd get that. I'd be an Epion. Oh, dude, me first. I'd be an Epion so hard.
Oh, jeez. All right, so here's my question for you guys. And chat, this is for you as well. Let's say unlimited money, okay? Let's say you hit it big and you're having a home arcade in your basement. Space is no concern. Money is no concern. Nathaniel Brown is like, want, need. You and me both, buddy. What are you putting in your home arcade? Space is no concern. Money is no concern. Caster.
Okay. Not really video games, but I am having a row of pinball machines.
Oh, okay, pinball is fine. Okay. But what pinball machines?
I don't know which exact ones I'd have, but they'd have to have they'd have to be super gimmicky. Like all the little parts and things moving around, and yeah, it'd have to be like just all kinds of fun. I love those ones that have like all the little like it looks like a little diorama.
So for me, some pinball machines I would have Addams Family, Twilight Zone.
Oh yeah,
there's a Tron Legacy pinball cabinet. I played it once. It was freaking amazing. You know I'm a Tron fan, so like, oh gosh, Scorpion gaming chair. We'll check that out.
Jurassic Park would be a good one.
Oh yes. Oh gosh, the Jurassic Park shooter game would be awesome. So
if we're having like actual like arcade games, I'm having like a lot of the classics. I mean, I'd have like
Ms. Pac-Man.
Well, yeah, that I'd have like the X-Men.
I'd have TMNT or Simpsons is what I would do.
I would have those too. Yep, I'd have all those like 4-player cabinet games.
I gotta have a Time Crisis cabinet. Like Time Crisis 1, 2, 3, or 4 doesn't matter.
Yep, Time Crisis and
Daytona.
I'm having all three All 3 Mortal Kombat cabinets, the 3 trilogies.
I'm having more Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. That's what I'm having.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2. You got to have a Street Fighter 2 cabinet.
Oh yeah. Street Fighter Alpha. Yeah, all the Street Fighter games. Definitely have Darkstalkers.
Killer Instinct. I'm gonna have a Killer Instinct cabinet for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's so many. Yeah. That's funny. Oh, I'd have my own home arcade, and it would never be powered down. It would just be constantly. You just constantly hear shit down there. Like it's like, why do I keep hearing fatalities going off? It's like it's down in the basement. Don't worry about it. Don't mind the zombies though. I had to.
I'd have an air hockey table. Pool, because you got to have a pool table. Oh god, yeah, I would have like some sort of battle pod things, like either Mech Warrior.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah, like the Star Wars thing, you get into it and it like rotates it. Yeah, I'd fucking have that in a heartbeat.
Yes. I would have probably like a hang-on cabinet, where the ones that have the motorcycle, where you like lean back and forth. Oh gosh, that'd be so cool.
And I would have a repair guy's name number in my phone on speed dial, just ready.
Yeah. It's like just like it'll be like
Yep, Bob. Yep. It's Jurassic Park. Yep, it needs to be fixed.
Basically, I'd have the arrangement where it's like, all right, Bob, I'm gonna send if I have anything breaks down, I'm gonna send you a text, and we're gonna agree you're gonna come here in like a certain amount of time, whether like you're gonna appear in like a 24 to 40 hour period.
Yeah.
Like there'll be like a guarantee you'll appear in like an either 24 to 48 hours. Like he'll agree to that or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to be reasonable. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, he gets a text at 3 a.m., but he doesn't have to show up till like 3 p.m. the next day or whatever or something.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm having a hankering for Jurassic Park pinball. I need it now.
No, the 3 a.m. calls cost extra.
Yeah, with a window that looks like a TIE interceptor. Oh yeah. That's what I would do. But like, I guess getting back on topic.
What if you had a bedroom that looks like the cockpit to the Millennium Falcon, and the window is like the window to the cockpit or whatever, and that's where you sleep.
Well, you're getting laid every night. That's all.
Sorry, babe. The bikini chainmail stays on during sex. Easy access.
Yeah. Sorry, babe, but we're sleeping in the race car bed tonight.
Sorry, babe. The Jabba the Hutt bodysuit stays on.
Yeah. I could see that's something I'd do. Be like, oh my god, you have a race car bed? Yeah. What about it? It's badass. But like,
oh my god. All right. We'll do this right now. Scorpion Gamer.
But
holy shit! Holy fudging! Wow.
What?
Okay, I gotta show you this. This is like the height of. Oh my god! If I had this chair, I don't know if I would ever leave.
Jesus Christ! That looks like some Tim Burton shit.
It looks cool though. It looks cool.
Oh, it looks badass. But I imagine that's what Tim Burton has in his house.
Look at that. Oh my god. Oh,
I thought he was talking about like
that's the girlfriend version.
Oh, lovely pink.
Oh my god, look at that. They got a deer with pink antlers.
Well, see, I thought when he said Scorpion gaming chair, I thought maybe like get over here, like it was a Scorpion themed like gaming chair. I didn't think it was actually a Scorpion shaped gaming chair. But yeah, getting back into the subject here, what are your favorite games from like every
from sixth generation?
From the sixth generation.
Okay, let's see here. Xenosaga for PS2 is definitely one that comes to mind. Let's see here. Sonic Adventure 2. GTA San Andreas.
Mm-hmm.
One day, Hooded Raven. One day. Let's see here. Star Wars Knights of the Republic. That has to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
San Andreas. Custom Robo for the GameCube is a very underrated game. Obviously, I have to say Golden Sun, Mega Man Battle Network, just any of them really.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Pokemon Fire Red. Oh god, there's so many GBA games. Castlevania Aria Sorrow. Tony Hawk Underground.
Okay.
Yeah, the Tony Hawk games were really good during this generation. And then,
yeah.
What are your favorite 6th generation games? Let us know. And Caster, what's yours?
Okay, well, I'm gonna go by console. So Dreamcast, the Sonic games are always solid. The Dreamcast version of Soul Reaver looks beautiful. Of course, Third Strike. I remember real quick. I remember watching a countdown one time. It was like the top 10 Dreamcast games of all time, right? Do you want to know what they chose as the number one Dreamcast game?
What?
Every single fighting game was tied for number one. Because they were like every single fighting game.
Was that a Screw Attack list?
It might have been. Because it was like every single fighting game for the Dreamcast is absolutely gorgeous and amazing.
I mean, yeah, Soul Calibur, which is probably my favorite fighting game.
Yeah.
Dead or Alive, Dead or Alive 2 looks almost on parity with the Xbox. I swear. Let's see here.
Well, I remember them.
Capcom 2.
Well, I remember in some of the gaming magazines they had a comparison, screenshot comparisons of Dead or Alive 2. For the PlayStation and the Dreamcast, and they were comparing them together, and it was just the quality is top notch on both of them. But yeah, so
I still want to run to my board right now.
Yeah, but Third Strike is always great on that. It looks absolutely gorgeous on it. Still looks gorgeous today. On the Dreamcast, if you can hook it up with VGA to HDMI or whatever,
Third Strike is definitely a forgotten Street Fighter game.
Yeah, well, and then of course for the GameCube, I mean there's just there's a lot there to unpack. Wind Waker is good, which we played last night, but that was the Wii U version. But Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, I mean Mario Sunshine is great. I enjoy personally for me. I enjoy the Pikmin games. And then you have
this is a lost art right here.
Well, they did have Third Strike Online back in 2010. It was great. But yeah, it's just look at that. Look at those sprites. They're just everything is hand drawn, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Sorry for the delay or whatnot. I just want to feel this a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, that game looks gorgeous. Yeah, Third Strike is amazing, and the soundtrack is just awesome. But yeah, I used to play the online. I used to play this online back in the day. I loved it. But yeah, so with GameCube, I love I love Resident Evil 4 because that's the reason I got the GameCube was Resident Evil 4. Loved that game to death. Then I got pissed off when they said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put it on PlayStation." I was like, "Well, thanks, assholes." But at least at least it made me experience the GameCube. That's what I'd say, though.
Do you want to
blessing in disguise.
Do you want to talk about Soul Calibur 2 and how each console got an exclusive character?
Yeah, pretty much. Soul Calibur 2 got an exclusive character for each one. GameCube
had Link.
Yeah.
The PlayStation had Itachi.
From Tekken.
Yeah, and then the Xbox had Spawn.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, that was actually really cool that they actually had on that, and that was a cool discussion back in the day. It was like, which one you getting? Everyone was getting different ones, and and I knew guys who had different systems. So we were all just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this, and this, and I was like, well, I got a GameCube, so I'm gonna get Link, play as him. But yeah, so the Soul Calibur 2, like on the GameCube, looks just amazing, especially with the digital signal. Still looks great today. But yeah, the GameCube was great. PlayStation 2, where do I start? So many great games for that. Final Fantasy X is amazing. Metal Gear Solid 2 is great. Metal Gear Solid 3 is great. It's
Grand
hokey
Theft Auto,
SDR.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo looks absolutely just bonkers on that game.
All right,
It
good luck,
looks
Black
amazing.
Kai.
GameCube was a double whammy because you could play. Yeah, we just said that. Yeah, you could play Game Boy Color games and Game Boy Advance games at the bottom attachment. Yep. So yeah, so you could enjoy. Yeah, so basically, if you had a GameCube and the GameCube player, you could enjoy the handheld library all on one console. That was what's so cool about it.
And the interesting thing was, with the Game Boy player at the time, I believe you could actually play every Zelda game that had been released up to that point.
That is true. That is true because you had on the collection game you had Zelda 1 and 2, and then you had the N64 games, and you had the NES games, the N64 games, then you had the
Link to the Past was on Game Boy Advance.
Was a Game Boy Advance, and then you had the Minish Cap, and then you had
Oracle and Link's Awakening were on Game
Oracle
Boy.
and Link's Awakening because we played on there too. Yep. And Wind
Waker and Twilight Princess, of course, were on the GameCube. So,
yeah,
how cool is that? Like that.
And
was
Link's Awakening DX.
Yeah. So
yeah,
like at the time, you could play every Zelda game on one console.
Yep. If you had the Game Boy player, yep, you could play all the games on there. It was absolutely cool. And then for like the PlayStation though, you had all kinds of great games. Gran Turismo was absolutely banger. One game I like that's actually a very hidden gem, and I've never seen anybody really talk about it, is Samurai 20XX. It was just this real hidden gem that no one knows about. A game that I really, really like to play. And if I imagine it's probably super expensive nowadays because it was one of those games that no one ever talked about. But I really like that game. But there was all kinds of great games for the PlayStation 2. Of course, you had the Resident Evil game on there.
Dot hack games.
Dot hack games. Yep.
Like Dot Hack Volume 4 Quarantine. That was like an early, like I remember when PS2 games were cheap as shit. That was one of those early that game was expensive even back then. It was like 100, 150 for for that game. And then the other one was Xenosaga Episode 3. That was another early expensive game. But late 2010, late 2000s, early 2010s, Xbox and PS2 games. Xbox games are still actually kind of cheap. But PS2 games were still I never played Tag Team Racing. Crash Team Racing is one of my favorite games of all time. So,
we had, we also had Devil May Cry.
Mm-hmm.
Devil May Cry series. God of War series started out on there. We had Dynasty Warriors. They're a good game. And then of course that's where we first got Kingdom Hearts 2. And then of course if you had a Game Boy Advance and played Chain of Memories to link the two together.
I remember it was a really big deal when Chain of Memories came to the GBA. And then eventually they did a Chain of Memories for the PS2. They actually did a 3D remake on the PS2 for Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's crazy. And then of course, you had very niche games I had Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses.
Oh gosh, that
which had nothing to do with the game.
Yeah, each console. I think it was Duelist of the Roses was a GameCube one. I think Falsebound Kingdom might have been the GameCube one. Even the Xbox got a random Yu-Gi-Oh! Game.
Yeah, just random Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. And you got cards in them too. Yeah. You got exclusive cards. Mine was I think I got the Magnet Warriors or something. But yeah, it was crazy.
Do you remember Monster Rancher?
Yes, I do. Where you put in different discs and
so during the PS2 era, usually on the PS1 it was just CDs, but during the PS2 era they expanded it to DVDs. So like you could put in like DVD movies and get monsters from them.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
like, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say yeah. You can get monsters and stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, like there was a bunch of like Pokemon stuff during the last generation. Like on the PS1, we got like Jade Cocoon, we got like the Monster Rancher, we got the Digimon games. But like come this generation, we didn't really get much monster collecting games outside of Nintendo. By the way, Nintendo, Pokemon Coliseum, we got to mention that.
Yeah, Pokemon Coliseum. We got like what was it, Gale of Darkness,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course, for Xbox, we got Halo, we got Halo 2, Forza. We got a couple of different platformers in there. We got
Link's the Time Sweeper.
Yep. We got Psychonauts. We got Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, which was a system seller at that time.
Yes. Splinter Cell was system seller. Morrowind.
Yep, we got Morrowind on that one. That's where Morrowind got his first start on there. I remember my girlfriend at the time, she had an Xbox. So between me and my girlfriend, we had 3 of the 4 major consoles.
Okay.
So I had a GameCube and a PlayStation, and she had an Xbox. So we kind of covered everything. I
think the Xbox has a very underrated library because there's a lot of hidden gems on the Xbox.
There's a lot of very good hidden gems on the Xbox that you can go back and play. But yeah, I played both versions of San Andreas. I played it on the PS2 and the Xbox. PS2
you
was
actually had like the thing about the Xbox is they actually had fingers. On the PS2, you had mittens.
Yeah, which was dumb. And then you had the Duke.
Oh gosh, and then later on they had the Controller S, which fun fact was originally made for the Japanese market because tiny hands, and they eventually brought it over. And if you look at the Controller S, which I have one, but it's probably put up somewhere, it's basically a 360 controller.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so the 6th generation is just an amazing time to be alive. It was the precursor before the online push, before we got to the golden age of online gaming.
Before the dark times.
Yeah. This is where, because in the 7th generation, that's where most people started getting online gaming, thanks to mostly the Xbox 360 pushing it really hard. With Xbox Live and all that.
Halo 2.
Mm-hmm. And Halo, being a big factor and all that. But yeah, it was really great, and so I mean, the sheer amount of games you could play on all these different systems was just absolutely
the variety.
Phenomenal.
Like each console had its own little flavor. Like Xbox was very much a multiplayer console, but it had solid single player games. Basically, if you were a college student at the time, the Xbox was a perfect console because you bring your friends over, you play Halo, and then when they're gone, you play games like KOTOR. GameCube was the perfect kid system. If you had some 8-year-olds, you gave them a GameCube. All right, we'll get to what you're saying. Have done a second. I need to finish my thought. PlayStation 2 was for the weebs. And the Dreamcast was for people who never gave up.
Pretty much, yep.
All right, let's see what Happy Dinosaurs got. Hey, you guys, on in the background while I played more Shadowland. I beat one dungeon. I'm almost done with one dungeon. How is it so far? Let us know when you can. But yeah, oh gosh. Yeah, it kind of feels like this was the last of an era, because things were starting to homogenize in the 7th generation. There was still some uniqueness, but the 7th generation is really the beginning of the end. the 6th generation kind of feels like the last of an era, you know?
It really does. And it's like, and what's amazing though, a little tidbit is they were selling PlayStation 2 games well into the 7th generation.
Yeah, like I think there was like a FIFA 2014 for PS2, and I think
Exactly.
like they had a Final Fantasy 11 expansion come out as like late as like 2009, 2010 or something.
Yeah, like I remember, going to like to like Best Buy, and there'd be like Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and then a little corner would be like PlayStation 2. And I'm like, damn, they still got shit out of here.
You know, that's something I kind of want to touch upon because the late 2000s, like the PS2 was still getting games. Like it was it got like Star Wars, Force Unleashed, Ghostbusters, like a lot of the PSP games got upported, like Liberty City Stories. Like there was kind of this thing where it's like you had your first gen and you had your last gen ports. Like you'd usually have like some other studio make the last gen, and last gen would be like PS2 and Wii. You know, because like the PS2 and Wii like had some parity to it. You know, like PSP, PlayStation 2, you know, kind of thing. So it had a very weird like second life in the late 2000s because like you could have legit like you were still getting good decent games up until like 2008 2009. Happy Dinosaur says so far the game is good. I might need to check out Shadow Labyrinth then.
I do too because I actually liked the trailer when it came out. I was like, that actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, Shadow Labyrinth is one where like when I first saw it, I thought it was weird, but it's kind of been winning me over a little bit, I'll say. But yeah, like, and then like you know, like the GameCube being able to play on the Wii was a big boon for it. Another GameCube game we need to talk about is Super Smash Bros. Melee, a game a certain online section won't shut the F up about.
No, and it's why I hate, and that is why I hate, that's why I hate Smash Brothers to this day, because people won't shut up about the GameCube version, and they just, it's so not like they're the more. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're a Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers Melee fan, you are probably one of the most obnoxious people I've ever met in my life.
And if you're not obnoxious, you're like, congratulations, you're one of the few.
You are. No, you are. No matter what, you know. That's the thing is, I like because I've had people where like, I don't know. They're just the most obnoxious people I've ever met, and they just won't shut up about it. And it's like for a person who plays Melee, that's what their GameCube is basically just a Melee machine. It's never seen another game. It's never seen another disc before. Like I'm sure if you had a guy who has Melee and you pop in Wind Waker, it's gonna be like, can I play? I don't know what the fuck this is. This is not Melee.
All right, Caster,
hold on.
Time to go bot hunting.
Hold on. Let me get my shovel.
All right, so Caster's gonna go bot hunting for a second. So I'm just gonna say, what I always found funny about Melee is the highest selling GameCube game. It's the best selling GameCube game, but it's also like the most expensive. You know, it's kind of more of a demand thing. But yeah, so like, I mean, Melee's fun. It looks cool, but I don't know. I never got it. But yeah, I've encountered some like toxic Melee players, and the funny thing is, if you even just like look into the community for just a little bit, you'll just see how toxic they are. Are there good Melee players? Yeah, there probably are. I'm not gonna say everyone's toxic. I'm not, you know, Caster can have his thing. I'm gonna be a little more gentle with my hand. You know, I may use a velvet glove, but Caster just rips that thing off. You like the way I put that? Oh gosh. Yeah, but yeah. All right, bot has been vanquished. Cool. But yeah, like I like Smash Brothers, but you know I'm not like as big into it. I do think it'll be kind of like I'm kind of waiting because you know they're gonna add Melee to GameCube Online. I'm waiting because that's gonna be really interesting.
Oh God, really annoying. Well, see, every time they make like, it's just like ever since the GameCube, every single system has had to have a GameCube controller for it because every single soul will not stop playing Melee. Like when they got the Wii, that's all they played the Wii on. When they played the Wii U, that's what we needed. Yeah, we need a GameCube controller for every single. Why do you think they want a GameCube controller for the Switch and the Switch 2? It's so they can play Melee.
And here's the thing: like, there are so many people who glaze that controller like it's the best controller ever. I mean, it's okay, it's comfortable. Like it is a very comfortable controller. And the sticks feel great, but it's a bit awkward. It's made for a certain type of game. But I'm just going to say this: the best 3D controller Nintendo has ever made. 2D is Super Nintendo. The best 2D controller, the Super Nintendo controller is literally the best 2D controller ever made, first and foremost. But the best 3D controller is the Switch Pro controller. That thing is a work of art. That thing is so comfortable. It feels so good. It is an amazing controller.
I'm literally holding it in my hand. As soon as you said that, I went and grabbed my Pro controller, and I was like, yes. I was like, I knew you were going to say that because I was like, it better be the Pro controller because the Pro controller is basically, it looks exactly like a Series X controller.
But it's somehow like a million times better.
It's so much better to play.
I mean, like, this is my PC controller. I use this to control PC games. Like, I like this. It's a good controller. It feels nice. Like, it does its job. Like, this is I think it's an Xbox One controller, but like,
yeah,
it's good. It's a good controller.
Pro controller does feel absolutely amazing, and it's like I like playing. I do play the Switch in mobile mode, right? I do play it with the Joy-Cons on the side, but for some games, there's no way you can play it. I think you can play it good with the Joy-Cons. You gotta have that Pro controller,
See, my problem is with the Switch is the Joy-Cons are very uncomfortable. It's flat as a board.
They are. That's what I'm saying.
And it's like it kind of has like a bit of a wobble to it, where like it's really unsteady. So like the reason I love the Steam Deck, of course I had to mention the Steam Deck, is that thing is comfortable as fuck. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Like it's huge, but you control it. It feels really solid. The sticks feel great. It feels very nice, and that's why I play the Steam Deck. Even like the Switch, the what's really weird is, the let's see, where is it? Like smaller consoles can get away. The 360 controller is freaking amazing. That is a great controller.
Oh yeah, that's also next level.
I feel like smaller consoles can get away with like being flat because like the PSP feels very comfortable to play, but it is flat as a board. The Switch Lite is a little bit more comfortable, but even that is like slightly whatever. The dog bone controller was okay, not ideal, but if that's all you had, it was fine, in my opinion. But just like the Switch on its own, it felt really big in the hand, which is really weird because I love the Steam Deck, and I think the Steam Deck is like even bigger than the Switch. But the Switch was always very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm playing something like, say, I'm playing Pokemon on the Switch, I could play with the Joy-Cons, but if I'm playing like, say, like Breath of the Wild or something like that, I have to have the controller. I cannot play it. I can play it, but not as good.
Yeah, like the 3DS is not bad. It's still like flat, but like also controlling the hinge is weird. But yeah, the PSP is very flat, but that's what's really weird is it's flat, but it feels comfortable. I don't know what, like, the PSP is flatter than the Switch, but even it feels comfortable in the hand. Like, yeah, this thing is flat, but I don't know, just maybe because the way your hands rest and your fingers.
Yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, I love this console so much. But yeah, this is a 7th gen console. We're not here to talk about that. I would say if I were to get a Game Boy Advance, I would get a custom horizontal one because the ESP is great, but it feels kind of small in my hands and I get like cramped with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would get like one of those custom ones with like the custom shell and all that stuff. But yeah, so yeah, the Xbox 360 controller, the Series S controller is really good, but that's just a prototype 360 controller. Yeah, that's the thing. Like Xbox has always had really good controllers. Another controller that I like, but it's a bit awkward. I'm just going to grab it because the only reason I'm grabbing it is because it's literally over here. All right, is we got the PS3 controller right here, which is essentially just the PlayStation 1 and 2 controller. The only thing they added was the elongated shoulder buttons. The problem that I have is if you hold a PS2 controller, these feel lighter than a PS2 controller for some reason. You know, the PS2 controller felt heavy and solid in your hands. I have a PS4 controller somewhere, but like I never really used it. The Duke controller. Oh my god, I think I've seen them. I've never held them.
I've held them. That thing is like ridiculously massive. There's no need for it to be that big. Like it is very hard and wieldy to control. I'm so glad they went and changed it back. Yeah, I don't know what the hell they were doing.
Super Nintendo controller is hand down the greatest 2D controller, but I gotta give props to the 3-button Genesis. Oh my god, it's like holding a cloud. It like that controller is so comfortable. It is literally like holding a cloud.
Yeah.
And I gotta also give props to the Game Gear. The Game Gear is actually really comfortable to hold. Like the Game Gear feels really nice, and
it's very comfortable to hold.
And the upgrades you did to it, Caster, make it a very playable console. So, Caster, explain what you did to my Game Gear.
Let's see here. He's got a USB-C port, which he also's got rechargeable batteries, lithium batteries in the back, which you can use a USB-C to like charge it up, and then also it's got a modern LCD screen in it, so it's like got that backlit, of course. So it looks amazing. Yeah, bringing it into the modern era, you know.
So I will say I never really liked the 6-button Genesis controller because it always felt a little bit too small. But like the Saturn controller is really weird because it's just a 6-button, but they blew it up a little bit, and they have like these really weird L and R buttons. It's usable, but I wouldn't say it's ideal. Like the Saturn controller is usable, but it's not like the best. But the 6-button always felt weird. It always felt like a toy, like I'd snap it or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, have a good night, Happy Dino. But yeah, also that's another thing is the 6th generation was also the golden age of third-party controllers. You know, my little brother wants to play. Okay, give him the Mad Catz controller.
Yeah. Which is crazy because Mad Catz actually upped their game and actually became good controllers, and totally out of left field.
Yeah, that wasn't until later though.
That was much later because I remember somebody told me, "Oh yeah, you need a fight pad? Go get a Mad Catz," and I was, "You're out of your damn mind!" Like, what are you talking about?
Or even worse, like you couldn't afford a Mad Catz, you got a Pelican.
Oh my god!
You couldn't afford a Pelican, you got a GameStop branded controller. That was the bottom of the barrel right there. If you had like a GameCube controller and it was branded GameStop on it, oh my god, those are terrible.
Oh my god, yeah, the Pelican was absolutely the worst of the worst shit.
I think I have a GameCube GameStop controller around here somewhere. Oh god, it's terrible. But yeah, the Pelicans were atrocious. Like Mad Catz, they did have some cool designs. The turbo mode. Oh gosh, yeah, those turbo controllers, they go way back to like the NES era. But yeah, like some of those third-party controllers had some like pretty interesting design. Mad Catz PS2 controller. All right, I got some images here. We're gonna take a look at these. But yeah, these are wild. Oh, look at this Sega Dreamcast one.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Like, but I remember Hori had really good controllers. Some of these look familiar to me because, like, let's see here. Let's see. Yep. Remember these? The GameStop PS2 controller?
Oh yeah.
These are the worst. These were terrible. And then here are the Pelican ones. Oh gosh. At least they made them. Oh, and we got like these really crazy designs kind of thing. I got to admit, I like as a kid, I would get suckered in like it lights up.
Yeah, I actually had the light up Pelican one too because I was like, "Oh, that's so cool," and then I was like, "No, it's a piece of shit." Afterwards.
But yeah, the only company that made like decent ones was Hori. Like, have you seen this? This is like the 2D gamepad they made for the GameCube.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, this kind of makes the Game Boy player, but you'd use it on regular games. Yeah, Hori's still around; they still make it, but like, yeah, Hori makes like some pretty good stuff. I'll give them that. But yeah, the Super Nintendo controller is stuff of legends. All right, let's consult the notes here. So yeah, what do you think is the lasting impact of this generation, Caster?
Just a lot of legacy games. I mean, we're still like you said, we're getting like what Metal Gear Solid Delta here pretty soon.
Yeah, well, we're getting a lot of remakes of that generation.
Yeah, it's like it had a very lasting. Basically, a lot of progenitors of a lot of different games that we have today. Like with Devil May Cry and Grand Theft Auto because that's coming out here pretty soon.
Yeah, I would say this generation, while it did like, it set the groundwork. It laid the groundwork for the modern era. I think the modern era didn't come into fruition until the next generation, but it definitely like laid the bedrock for it. Like the
franchise did, yeah.
But that's also the end of an era. Like you can trace a line from the Atari 2600 to the PS2. Of like a certain style of way you play games. Because this was the last era before patches came in.
Yep.
Like there were games that did get patches, and there were some DLC. Like there are Dreamcast games that had DLC on them. There's a bunch of Xbox games that had DLC on them. But it was very rare. But this is also an era where there wasn't any like day one patches. This was the last era where you bought a game, it was all there on the disc.
And you got the game, yeah.
All right, Hooded Ray. Oh, we're his drive home podcast.
Oh, that's lovely.
Do you have us going through the aux cord? Oh, gosh, I feel special. There. But yeah, like even just one generation later, with like the PS2 era, the PS3 era, you had it was in full fruition. games getting patches afterwards. I even think On Disc DLC started with the PS3 generation because I think it was like a Street Fighter game that had characters on the disc that you had to pay for, which is kind of BS in my opinion.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, Yeah, so we'll probably eventually do a 7th generation episode at some point. Not next week, but we'll talk more about that.
Yeah.
Do you want to Ox? I'm not that poor Bluetooth baby.
Oh
Fair
yeah.
enough. Oh, we're over Bluetooth. We got that Viking technology. Oh gosh. I want to briefly talk about the PC stuff going on in this era. And so of this era, I'm staking it out as 99 to 04. Because 05 is when the 360 came out. So PS3s of this game of this era was really really interesting. Because I would say the modern PC era started in kind of the late 2000s. But this is also Half-Life 2 came out in 2004, started at the tail end is really kind of when things really blossomed. But yeah, there's some really, really big let's see here. PC games of the early 2000s. Okay. We've got No One Lives Forever, The Sims, Diablo 2.
Yeah, Diablo 2, yep.
Yeah, that's 2000. Half-Life came out. Yeah, Half-Life came out 98, so it's not quite there, but yeah, so yeah, Baldur's Gate, Deus Ex, there were some bangers. Age of Empires 2. They got some PS2 games kind of mixed in there. America's McGee. Yeah, it was a really interesting time for PC. Twilight Princess was not a PC game. That's really, really funny. But yeah, have you heard of No One Lives Forever, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Also System Shock 2. That's another game we can mention. Came out in 99. But yeah, PC was really, really interesting. I think PCs were kind of doing the same thing consoles were at the time, where it was laying the foundation for their modern era,
Yeah.
Because I think the PC era that we know it came in the late 2000s. Because Steam came out in 2004, and a lot of the modern PC era started in the late 2000s, going into the 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we're kind of getting near the end of this. So what are your final thoughts, Casper?
I just want to say the 6th generation is such an amazing time, and it was the end of an era, the end of the single player offline era, where it's dipping its toes right into the online, and it's where games started getting it's to the point where games started getting more sloppy. This is the where that all started, where people were like, we'll just release a patch later on,
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of really crappy licensed games, and also shovelware. I think shovelware peaked with the 7th generation. We'll talk about that when we get to that one.
I think it did too, actually.
So so for next week, I want to do another franchise retrospective kind of thing. So chat, which ones do you want to cover? Caster, do you have any suggestions of
no, but I'll definitely think of something if you need.
All right.
But yeah, what do you guys want to just talk about?
Yeah, we are beholden to you guys. So let us know in the chat right now what you guys want to talk about. We are open suggestions, and then also if you guys got any questions for us, let us know. Open season on the gaming questions. And while we're waiting for the chat to come in, I'll kind of give you guys an overview. So tomorrow we are doing Multiplayer Monday at 11:30. Caster, Pence, and I will be playing Marvel Rivals. It's going to be fun.
And failing spectacularly.
Yeah, I played around with Phoenix a little bit. She's got an interesting toolkit. I need to mess around with her a little bit more.
Yeah, her ultimate is like underpowered as hell. Like she's supposed to be like this nuke coming down, but I've never died from it.
Yeah, it needs a buff. It's mechanically, I think it's interesting.
It's mechanically interesting, yeah.
I think I might like Phoenix because I like the mechanically simple characters, and she's got a pretty straightforward moveset. I would say.
Yeah, and a pretty nice rump too. That's why. Hey, we're talking about video game butts, right? There we go. Yeah.
I swear, one of these days we will do an episode on video game butts. That is a promise. You know what? Okay. Let's do it next week. Let's do video game butts next week. Let's do it. We're
going to be talking about ass.
Oh, yes, we are doing video game butts next week.
Ivy Valentine. There you go. Good night, everybody.
And I see the thing is, I can't wait for the thumbnail because I'm just gonna put like a video game ass. And also, it's gonna be so cringe. What is the best butt in gaming?
Ivy Valentine. There you go. Answer your question. There you go.
So yeah, that's what we're doing. And then, but if you have any suggestions for franchises, let us know. But we'll do video game butts next week. I think that's great. So Caster, thank you so much. But yeah, right. Tuesday we're doing viewer request. That's going to be pretty awesome. Friday we're doing Big Trouble Little China. We're doing that movie. It's going to be awesome. And then Saturday we're doing more Wind Waker, baby. The Google Stadia. Oh my god, no. Nintendo's new terms of service, maybe.
The Google Stadia.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I could maybe think but
I played that. Somebody gave me a month membership to that. It oh my god, that's before it collapsed. Right. It was terrible.
All right, so this has been Nick from the Phoenix Press, and remember, I can only show you the door. You don't have to walk through it.